Okay, I echo Dr. Sharom's welcome to all of you, especially members of the press, to this occasion today where we will do the launch of the Penang Hills Watch and the press conference. And this is an initiative of the Penang Forum, and in particular, this press conference is sponsored by the Asian Public Intellectuals. Okay, what is Penang Hills Watch? It is a citizens-oriented initiative to keep watch on activities affecting the hills of Penang. At its core is a publicly accessible online mapping facility to record hill clearing activities. I won't say more about this because Rexy is going to provide the technical details about this online facility. Now, why Penang Hills Watch? And Dr. Sharon has already provided a good background to that. The last few years have seen various development projects taking place on hillland and slopes. This is what looks like of the famous or infamous Botak Hill, which everybody can see coming in from Penang Bridge. And not only for development, but also increasingly areas are being cleared of vegetation for hill farming. This is a screenshot of a press statement that has come out, and this issue has been brought up by the press quite often recently. Now, why should we be concerned? As Dr. Sharon pointed out, the hills of Penang are the last areas to have forest and natural vegetation left, and there's not much of it. According to the records of the Jabatan Perhutanan Negeri Pulau Pinang, about 7.4% of Penang state, the whole state, is forested land. And only 6% are protected. There's one national park. There are 16 forest reserves, but many of the forest reserves are really very small, something like 10 hectare, 50 hectare, less than 100 hectare. And the forested hills perform important environmental services as well as are part of Penang's natural heritage. As we know, the hills are the ones that become, the forested hills act as water catchment for water supply. And Penang Island doesn't even have enough water supply from its own catchments. We've got to get most of our water from Kedah, actually. The forested hills also prevent soil erosion and landslides. And if they are cleared, then more of this happened, and we all know what happened 2 days ago. It's symptomatic of what happens when vegetation is cleared. The hills of Penang have been studied botanically for a long time, since British times, and have been found to have unique or endemic plant and animal species, especially plant species. Endemic means these species are found here and nowhere else. So if the forests are cleared and if these species disappear, they essentially go extinct. Increasingly, the Penang's hills are appreciated for nature, for outdoor recreation. There are lots of people who go hike around the hills just to get the green lung. So, given that we have so little forest left, losing a small area of forest is a great loss to Penang. Now, why Penang Hills Watch? Penang Forum has been receiving complaints from the public from time to time about hill cutting activities. We get that through WhatsApp, we get that through email in a rather ad hoc way. So we thought that it would be good to provide a platform where we can systematically document such observations to provide a more comprehensive picture of how the scale and the extent, how bad is it, how widespread is it. When you have reports in an ad hoc manner, you don't see the whole picture. So the objectives of the Penang Hills Watch are to involve the public in reporting hill clearing activities in Penang, and Rexy will explain to you afterwards how the public can participate. And through that, we hope to enhance public awareness about hill clearing issues and their impacts, and also to foster civil society participation in sharing information and exchanging information with government agencies relating to hill clearing issues. And this has been highlighted by Dr. Sharon just now. And actually, just about a week ago, last Monday, we actually had a meeting with key government agencies and provided them with a sneak preview of what we are launching today, so that they get informed ahead of time. And I must say that the response was quite positive, and so from now on, we hope to be able to work closely with the various relevant government agencies, the municipal councils, the forestry department, and hopefully also the agricultural department where hill farming issues arise. Now, how does Penang Hills Watch work? Basically, the idea is to crowdsource information. I suppose all of you are familiar with what crowdsourcing means, yeah? Then, when we get the information, we will collate it, we will get it together, and we will check and record. We think it is important to check because sometimes you do get, spurious kinds of reports that may not be accurate. And then we will display the information online so that anyone can see. Okay? Now, what do we mean by anyone, especially in terms of reporting? So anyone can be, for example, hikers who trek the hills. Somebody came in just now and said, can we also inform the HHH? Sure. Well, the HHH run very fast, but I hope that they could stop and take photos for us as well. Okay? Environmental groups like Malaysian Nature Society. Malaysian Nature Society is actually a member of Penang branch, is a member of Penang Forum. There are other groups like PECA, which is a national group that's concerned about, again, deterioration of the hills, and they have a Penang branch. And concerned individuals who are not necessarily part of environmental groups, but just passionate about the hills of Penang. Residents associations, and I know a number of you attending are from resident associations or residents of affected areas. Sometimes we may not know of some clearing, and so if you are there, you can report, take photos, report to us. And of course, members of the press, because the press also cover Penang, not only the urban areas, but also the rural areas. I know some of the press may even have drones that fly over certain areas. So we would like to engage with members of the press as well. And last but not least, government agencies, municipal councils, forestry department. Because when we see something that is cleared on the ground, Penang Forum does not have the information to know whether that clearing is legal or illegal. Because one has to know the lot number and whether permission has been granted. So we cannot just simply go and say that this is illegal clearing, right? But we can take that record and share it with the government departments so that they are in a position to check it up and find out, and if it is illegal, to take action. Basically, there are two groups of information. One are citizens' observations. That means observations that are reported to us by citizens, and we like to categorize that into observations on hill clearing for building and infrastructure development, like say for residential development, for roads or whatever, and the other as hill clearing for farming activities. We think it is useful to distinguish the two because the kinds of actions that are taken and the departments that are responsible would be different. And then we have at hand official records of the municipal council, in this case just the MBPP, but we are not excluding MPSP if there are cases like this, on illegal hill clearing activities, because this one the council has caught or detected and they know that it is illegal, okay? And approved development projects on gazetted hill land. Gazetted hill land, according to the Penang structure plan, is land above 250 feet or 76 meters, or with slopes steeper than 25 degrees. Now these are official records that would be released by the council, whether through the state assembly or whatever, and we are only able to get these if these are officially released. Okay? So we hope that we have records that we have put in our website from 2008 to 2015, but we hope that through our collaboration with the state agencies, we can also update these official records. So this is what it will look like, the four categories here. Just to reiterate that Penang Forum is open to engage with the relevant government agencies to explore ways of cooperation and data exchange for tackling hill clearing issues. For the councils, as I mentioned, official council records of detected illegal hill clearing may be shared, and we may be able to, the citizens, hikers who walk around, may be able to cover remote and unchecked areas where hill clearing might happen that council officers, because of the shortage of human resources, may not be able to cover. And that the public observations, as I mentioned, that are reported to us need verification of the legality of these detected hill clearing activities. And council is also deploying drones to fly around, and they also have cameras to take pictures remotely of hill clearing activities. But it will be good because from drones you don't really know what is on the ground. So if we can share that kind of information, then we can ask our hiker friends, if you are walking around that area, please go and check what is happening there, so that we can complement what kind of remote sensing data that the government departments have. For forestry department, if we could get maps of the forest reserve boundaries, and we can superimpose on our own maps to show where hill clearing activities are, then we can help identify whether there have been encroachment into forest reserves and so on. Okay, I hand over now Rexy to do the difficult part, the technical bit.